Hey, Tommy from the Run Testers with our monthly essentials guide. In this video, we go through the bits of kit that we've tested over the past month that we've not covered in more detailed videos. So it tends to be kit that is more like accessories, clothes, socks, all those sorts of things that we don't really get a chance to talk about that much. And these are all things that we've tested recently that we really like and we think it's worth taking a look at if you're after some bits of running kit. Okay, let's dive in and see what we picked this month.
So my first pick for this month is the Montane Minimus Stretch Ultra Waterproof Running Cap. Now I do quite like the idea of a waterproof running cap. As someone who wears glasses a lot on the run, and I don't really enjoy wearing a hood on a running jacket, so having that waterproof peak in particular to keep the water off my face is very useful. But other ones I've tried in the past have just been too warm, like a bit too thick, whereas the Minimus lives up to its name. It's a really thin, lightweight material. I've run this actually during the summer. I think I ran like a track session with it when it was just bucketing down, and it was okay. It wasn't too hot. It's still a bit hotter than other running caps, but it's not too much. Now the weather's starting to turn, the temperature's dropping, below around 15 degrees Celsius. The cap is, perfectly fine to wear all the time. It's not too hot, and it just does a great job of keeping the water off your face in particular. Montane do this thing where the brim of the cap is kind of got a frame in it, but it's actually not an entirely stiff peak, so that reduces the weight a bit, makes it slightly more packable and foldable as well, which is handy. So generally it's just a really good all-round running cap. You can probably wear it throughout the winter without it being too hot, and then you get the extra protection from the weather with the waterproofing. The cap costs £30 or $39. It's not actually available in this fantastic blue colour from Montane anymore. You can get it from other places, but I think it's just red and black on the Montane website now. My second pick this month is the Kane Revive Active Recovery shoe. These are mainly available in the US. You can get them shipped to the UK. I think it's a bit pricey. They're just really nice, comfortable shoes. I'm not a huge fan of this design, but I think a lot of people seem to be. It seems to be quite in these days, and obviously you can get them in a massive range of colours, not just this all black version I've got here. They're really comfortable to walk around in after runs. They're really easy to clean, so you can use them. You can take them to a run, like a race, or especially like a cross-country race, and wear them afterwards, and just kind of hose them down to clean them off afterwards, and then you can wear them around inside, which I've been tending to do as well. They're obviously, not completely waterproof or anything like that, and they'll be a bit cold at times, but for the most part, if you're just wearing them for a little bit after a race to get home, they're warm enough, and then in the autumn and spring and summer you can walk around outside in them, no problem. They're not too cold, and like I said, they come in a massive range of colours, which I think is key, because you can get slightly more stylish options than this all black one. And though they wouldn't be my first pick in terms of looks, they do come in a nice range of designs, and they're very comfortable to wear after your runs. My last pick this month is the BAM Novea Crew Neck Base Layer. Now, I've been a fan of BAM's running gear for a while now. It's all made from kind of bamboo fabric. This also uses a wood pulp based fabric called Naya, and it's really soft. Stays really soft after multiple washes as well. It's really comfortable to wear for runs. It's naturally odor resistant. It's a bit like merino wool in that respect. So you can use this top over and over again. You can just hang it up, let it dry, and then you can wear it for your next run. And what I like about the BAM stuff in general is that although this is a base layer, it's cut not too tightly, so you can use it as just your only top as well on slightly milder days. And the Novea base layer in particular is a bit of an upgrade on BAM's other tops, because it's a little bit thinner, a bit better for kind of high intensity running, and it dries a bit faster. In general, bamboo stuff does dry okay, but it doesn't dry as quickly as synthetic fabrics for sure, and even merino wool. But if you use this top in particular, you wear it for a run, you can hang it up somewhere fairly warm, next day you'll be able to run it again. It doesn't really start to smell even after 3-4 runs in my experience. So yeah, it's a really nice soft top. It costs £59 or $76. I think it's currently reduced to just under 30 quid or $40.
Okay, so my first pick is the Hoka full zip wind jacket. I'm not going to show too much of it here because it's going to keep crinkling and the sound will get on the video. But basically, this is a nice lightweight running jacket that's designed to protect you against the wind and the rain. And the reason I like this jacket is I'm a little bit funny when it comes to jackets. I like them to be really lightweight. Even in the dead of winter, I like a light jacket over a heavy jacket because I do sweat a lot. And this jacket's really quite lightweight. It's designed so that it's pretty effective at protecting you from the wind, but it's also not too bad when you start to warm up as well. So it takes me a while when I'm running in the cold to want to take this off. Most jackets I want to take off within about a kilometre. But this one feels quite lightweight, it feels quite comfortable. It's quite a minimal and lean jacket. It's one thin layer. The other thing I like about this jacket, it's got a hood, a really nice and quite protective hood, but the whole jacket wraps into or stuffs into a pocket in the hood. And that's a really important thing for me for jackets, because normally when I go out running in the winter, within 2 or 3k, I no longer want to wear the jacket because I'm too hot to wear it, and I don't want to tie it around my waist. But this has got a nice little stow pocket in the hooded pocket that you can just stuff it in, and it's got a little loop that you can put around your belt or your bag or whatever you're running with. And it just makes it really easy to have it as a sort of something to take off the chill when you need it, probably for the first bit of a run. But you can easily get rid of it and run nice and comfortably whilst carrying it without being too hot. The only bad thing about it for me is that it doesn't have any pockets. I really like jackets that have at least a couple of pockets to put my hands in or to put some little bits and pieces in. It doesn't have any of those, so it's really designed as a lean jacket that's just to take the chill off, and doesn't really do a lot else other than that, but it's very good at doing that. Okay, my next pick this month is an interesting one, and it's one that you might have seen a bit over social media if you follow various running channels on social media, and that is these Shyu socks, or Shyu race socks. Now, Shyu is a new brand, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's a new brand that is designing socks that match your running shoes, and specifically at the moment that's really focused on racing shoes, carbon plate racing shoes. So the ones I've got here are designed for the Adios Pro 3. The colourway is designed to match those shoes. I'll put a cutaway up so you can see what it looks like with those shoes, and there's a number of different versions available. They've also got at the moment Asics Metaspeed Sky Plus, and a load of other ones as well. So some of the Alpha Fly and Nike Vaporfly colour variants, but there will be loads more coming. So if you're the sort of runner that really likes to match your kit, and if you're spending £280 on a pair of Alpha Fly 2s, you might want to get a pair of socks that matches them as well. These are a really great option. They're quite lightweight. They're race socks, so they're quite thin, which is quite important with race shoes, because race shoes tend to be a little bit tighter. They tend to be a little bit more secure, so you don't want loads of padding on them. And these are just designed to sort of not only look great, but feel very lightweight on the foot and protective as well. They have various features in them, like sweat wicking properties and breathability. But overall, they're just a very good, nice to wear race sock, which looks great with your running shoes. So also a good one if you're looking to buy Christmas presents for people that are into carbon plate racing shoes, because you can get ones that will match what they want. So keep an eye on Shyu over the next few months as they release more and more colorways of their socks. I'm desperate for them to release a Saucony Endorphin Pro 3 version, since that's my current favorite race shoe, but there isn't one at the moment, so I'm really looking forward to those coming out. Okay, that's Shyu race socks. So my third pick this month is the Fitletic Glow Reflective Safety Vest. Now I picked this one because it's winter, or it's going to be winter soon in the UK. It's getting dark, and you should be wearing reflective kit or lights when you're out running in the dark so that you are visible. I really like this vest because basically it's a really lightweight, simple vest that just pops over the clothes that you're wearing. So you just need to buy this. If you're running in the dark, you only need to buy this vest. You don't need to, buy loads of tops that have got reflective detailings on. You can just buy this, and it's got loads of reflective bits over it. It's quite lightweight, so it doesn't feel like you're wearing an extra layer of clothing. It's got reflective details all over the front and back sections of the jacket, and it also has these loops in the front, so you can stick LED lights. You can clip LED lights in there if you want to be extra visible on the road. And the other nice feature as well is that it has a zipped back pocket. Now that zipped back pocket, I wouldn't use it for a phone or anything like that. It's not too secure for that. But if you're looking for putting in a couple of gels or a credit card or a couple of keys or something like that, it will work fine. You also have another couple of clips on the back for LED lights. So it's just a really useful piece of kit to have, which means that you don't have to worry about buying loads of different reflective items. You can just buy this and you're sorted. You can just stick it over your jacket, stick it over your t-shirt, stick it over your vest, whatever you're running in. And also, you don't just have to use it for running. It's quite good for sort of dog walking and stuff like that at night. Very easy to just throw on. Yeah, well worth having in your running collection, just for an added bit of safety when you're out running at night.
So for my first pick this month, well, I'm a runner who definitely prefers to run warm rather than cold, and now we're just sort of getting into those times when it's getting a little bit chilly. It's not gone full chilly, but we're getting there. I have found this. This is the Under Armour Outrun the Cold long sleeve base layer. Now it's made from an ultra soft, pretty breathable, stretchable, brushed knit jersey fabric. That this inside bit is so soft against the skin. It feels really nice when you're wearing it against kind of with no undertops underneath. Sometimes what I do is I'll wear a more kind of smooth base layer short t-shirt underneath and just have this on the outer. Other times I will put it under a jacket. It's really good for kind of scaling up and down in terms of the cold. It's also a brilliant layer to bring in a bag for post run if you want to swap out those wet clothes and put on something warm. It's nice and thick, nice and warm, nice and toasty. Got some other really cool details. I really like the fact that they've got thumb loops on both sides. They've also thought about sticking in a little watch window, although it's only on one sleeve, so you have to wear the watch, I think it's on the right hand sleeve. No, it's on your left, so if you wear your watch on your left, you're going to be able to access that. They have got some reflective details, but they're very sort of minor. I wouldn't necessarily think this is something that will keep you all that kind of safe in the dark, but it will keep you brilliantly warm. There's also antimicrobial tech in there to keep away the stink. At £50, it's not particularly cheap, but I can tell you, experience tells me that this is going to be a base layer that will last. I reckon I'm going to get 2 to 3 years out of this, no problem at all, even with pretty regular washing. Now, my second pick is back to kind of nutritional stuff. I love good nutritional products. This fits the bill. This is the 33 Fuel Elite Meal Replacement. Now, this is essentially a shake that you can have as a breakfast. You can have it during an ultra run, you can have it post an ultra run as part of your recovery routine. I tend to use this on the early mornings when either I haven't got time to have breakfast or I just want to get something that's more kind of liquid and easy on the stomach and go out and run. It contains 33 real food ingredients. I'm going to read some of those for you. So you're talking about, it's got organic pumpkin, it's got sunflower protein, it's got flax seeds, alfalfa seeds, there's organic almonds in there, gluten-free oats. And what I really like is also you get actual real dried fruits in there, blueberries and cranberries. Sometimes you can also get real bits of nuts in there. So there's almost like a texture to the shake as well, although it's liquid enough that you can sort of drink it down, but you get a little bit of crunch and a little bit of chew, which I think is really important when you're taking on board something that's essentially using as like a breakfast replacement. It's nice to have some texture in there too. It tastes delicious. It comes in 2 flavors. There is a regular flavour and a cacao. I prefer the cacao. It's got a little bit of a chocolatey taste, obviously, and that's a bit nicer. I just use it with water. You can mix it with milk to kind of beef up the protein and the sugar intake. And per shake, you're going to be getting 17 grams of protein and 33 grams of carbohydrate. There's a little bit of organic green coffee in there as well, and ginseng and chlorella. There's so much good stuff in here. This is a really good nutritional foundation for every day, and I use it particularly when I'm going to go out and do something that's really long and arduous. I find it brilliant for sort of pre-ultra. I used it many days during the 67 marathons in 67 days when I ran along the Danube. These ones come in at £83.59 for 10 shakes. Again, we're not talking sort of cheap stuff here, but in terms of getting your nutritional bang for buck, I don't think you're going to be able to find the same amount of goodness in a shake from other products. So it's also delicious, well worth a look. Final one from me are a set of sunglasses. Now I know we're sort of heading into October and it might not be that bright, at least in the northern hemisphere. If you're watching the southern hemisphere, these might be interesting to you. But we're still having some bright October days. I also used these all through the summer as I ran the Danube from sea to source, 67 marathons in 67 days. And these were brilliant, and so I wanted to shout about them. These are the Tifosi Swick sunglasses. Now, some things I really like about them. First up, they're really lightweight. There's no bounce. I also really like the fact they've got quite a wide kind of nose bridge here. I've got quite a fat nose. I've broken it a lot, so it's not only fat, it's really wonky, and it's very hard to find sunglasses that kind of sit and fit nicely on my nose, but the width of this bridge does that nicely. It holds nicely. There's no pressure when you're running in them. I wore them for 6 or 7 hours a day when I was out in the Danube. The other thing, sometimes in sunglasses, these arms can bend really easily, and then they get loose and they fall and they wriggle up and down. 2 months of these, they're still perfectly intact, even though I had them sort of locking over a hat as well. I dropped them, I bashed them. You know, they've taken quite a lot of knocks and they are still in excellent condition. So they're good on durability too. And at £30, these are an absolute bargain. They're also sunglasses that should you lose them or should they get broken, you're not going to lose quite as much sleep as you might do over some pricier shades that are out there for running.
Okay, so that's it from us this month with our essential picks that we've been testing. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click that little bell icon, and check the channel out for all the other videos we've got from latest road and trail shoes, as well as running headphones and watches out at the moment. Don't forget, we've also got our monthly podcast that comes out at the end of every month. If you go into the caption below, you can find a link to the latest podcast from the podcast provider of your choice. Thanks a lot for watching.